Friends, thanks so much for joining me for a quick yoga flow, full body practice. See you on the mat. Let's go ahead and start today's practice in a tabletop position. We'll fan the fingers wide, rooting through the index finger and thumb, and take a moment to feel the connection of the four corners of your palms down into the mat, feeling all of the knuckles press down, soften your elbows a little bit. When you look down, you see that your first fingers are parallel. And then start to wag your tailbone side to side and arrive in your practice, arrive in your body. See how it feels to tune into your breath, to tune into the moment. And when you wag your tailbone to the right, swirl your hips back toward your right heel, then over to the left and scoop your tail toward your left wrist. And we'll do that again, swirling to the right, pressing back, scoop, and come on forward and make some big circles, keeping your elbows soft. You can incorporate your breath into this by inhaling as you spread the chest forward and exhaling as you press back toward child's pose. And then the next time you come back to child's pose, let's take a pause with knees a little bit wide. Press your palms away from your toes. Exhale all the way out. Let go of the stress of your day and tune into how you feel and set your intention for practice. What do you want to cultivate in this time on your mat? And let's move the hips in the other direction. So we're going to scoop the tail toward the right elbow, come through center and back toward your left heel. And swirl, scooping the tailbone toward your right and then over to the left and back. And we'll do that a few times. Again, pausing anywhere that feels good. Great way to wake up spine, shoulders, and hips, and whole body. Now send the hips toward the heels, tuck your toes, lift your knees, find a downward facing dog. Pedal out your feet and wake up the backs of your legs. So spreading the fingers wide, we're rooting through the index finger and thumb, and feel the heels drop toward the earth. Let's inhale together. Exhale, let it out. Make your way down into a tabletop position. Then spread your chest forward and slowly lower your thighs, your hips, your belly, your chest, all the way down, coming onto your belly. Bring your big toes to touch. Press through the tops of your feet. Drag your hands toward your hips for inhaling into a cobra, looking up. Then exhale, press back, tuck the toes, downward dog. In this downward dog, look at your toes and walk your hands toward your toes so you come into a forward fold at the back of your mat, melting your belly toward the thighs. Let your head hang. Inhale, exhale, let it all the way out and grab your elbows and hang in a ragdoll. Breathing there. Bend your knees a little more to melt the belly toward the thighs. Then drop your tail. Let's come on up. Reach your arms straight forward. Bring your palms to touch. Fire up those quadricep muscles. We're going to sit a little lower, and then bring your belly on the thighs and hang your head and take your hands onto your lower back. If it's available, interlace your fingers, peel your arms away from your back and wring out your shoulders. Let the crown of head spill down. Let's inhale. And when you exhale, release your fingertips in front of your toes. Walk your fingertips forward. And let's step the right foot forward right between the hands. Spin your left heel down and cartwheel up into warrior two. Right knee is over the heel to heel alignment. Right toes are pointing straight ahead. Lifting up your side waists and spreading the fingers away from your torso. You can look and see that your left hand's on the same plane with the right hand. Then turn your right palm up and reverse warrior. Left hand to left thigh. Right arm sweeps up and over, looking up towards your right elbow. Let's straighten your right leg all the way and reach your right fingertips forward, coming into a triangle pose. So your right leg is all the way straight. We really want to tuck our right sitting bone under the pelvis, and your right hand can rest on the ankle, a yoga block if you had one, or right onto the floor on the outside edge of your right heel. Now it's nice to stay and just look down at your right foot. Left hand can be on your back. Or you're going to rotate right rib toward left rib, anchoring that outer left foot. Then left fingertips could drift up, and we look at the hand in the air. Broad open collarbones. Let's inhale there. Exhale, release your left hand toward the floor. Your hands are framing your front foot. Step your back foot in. Turn your left toes toward your left wrist. Fold in Parsvottanasana. It's always possible to shorten your stance a little bit. You could be on tented fingers or hands all the way to the floor. Or you could use your yoga blocks if you like to use those. Drag your right sitting bone back as you fold. Inhale. Exhale, bend your right knee. Drop your left knee down right under the hip. And let's slide that right leg back. And we're going to tuck the right toes. Walk your hands forward in front of your shoulders. Press your hands away from your hips and press your right heel toward the back of your mat to stretch out your calf. The right inner thigh is lifting up into your body. Look over your left shoulder. Drop your right hip a little more. Big full inhale. Exhale, bring your right knee forward wider than your right wrist and slide your left leg out, coming into a pigeon. And instead of staying in pigeon, we'll stay up for just a moment on tented fingers and look up toward the sky. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, plant your palms, downward dog palms. Tuck your left toes, lift that left thigh, and step right back to downward dog. You could always come through tabletop pose first or through child's pose if you need a moment. Inhale together. Exhale, let it out. Softening your nerves. Then walk your hands toward your toes. So you're in that forward fold at the back of your mat, and then go ahead and take your fingertips into your scalp and do a few shampoos with the fingertips massaging out your scalp. And then your elbows could even be on your shins for a second, and then you rest your forehead, brow line right into those hands and drag the brow line down toward your eyes. Very calming on the nerves. Inhale, belly puffs out a little bit. Exhale, let it out. Then drop your tail, and we'll come to Utkatasana. So in Utkatasana, you can have your arms right up alongside the ears, sitting in chair pose, or you can have your arms forward, palms press, or even have your palms shoulder width distance, maybe even wide. Take whatever variation feels good for you. And firing up the legs, maybe a little pulsation, bending, straightening a little bit. Then fold belly to thighs, let your head go, and as you hang your head, interlace your awkward finger on top with your thumbs right at your sacrum on your low back. If it's available, let your arms peel away from the back. Let the crown of head hang. One more inhale. Straighten your legs a little more. Exhale with control. Slowly release your hands right in front of your toes and light tented fingers. Walk your fingertips back through down dog. Then step your left foot forward. Left knee is over the heel. Spiral your right outer heel down, heel to heel alignment. Cartwheel up to warrior two. Strong warrior two, gazing over the left fingertips. Feeling the pelvis drop on top of the thighs. Spin your left palm up, reverse warrior. Right hand slides down that right thigh. Left arm reaches up and over. And let's inhale, straighten that left leg all the way. Exhale, reaching toward triangle. Reaching from your left hip crease all the way out through the fingertips. Then left hand on the ankle or the floor or a block. Right hand on your back. Or go ahead and extend your right fingertips right up and look at the hand in the air. Pull your lower ribs in toward the midline, containing your core. Breathing there. One more inhale. Exhale, bend your left knee. Release your fingertips to frame your front foot. Step your back foot in, drag that left sitting bone back, and we're going to fold in Parsvottanasana, right hip rolling down. Now bend your left knee and drop your right knee down directly under the hip, then slide that left leg back, toes are tucked, nice extended left leg. Walk your hands forward in front of your shoulders and press your hands away from your hips and press that left heel straight back. And look over your right shoulder. Let the left hip drop. Inhale. Exhale, draw that left knee wider than the wrist. And then take the top of your right foot flat for a pigeon position in the legs. Left foot a little bit flexed. Left sitting bone dropping down. Come up to tented fingers. Find a back bend. Inhale. Exhale, look down. Plant your palms, downward dog hands. Tuck the back toes. Lift that right thigh. Use your core to lift your hips and step back to downward dog. Pedal out your feet. Feel the length from pinkies all the way up to the sitting bones toward the sky. Now come forward into your tabletop. Walk your knees forward. Cross your non-habitual ankle on top so you can kind of see what ankle do I want to cross. Cross the opposite one. Press the ground away and sit behind your heels. So however you get there, you can just come back and sit behind the heels and find a cross-legged seat. Arriving in a cross-legged seat, take your right fingertips, inch them over to the right. Bring your right hand all the way down. Sweep your left arm up and over. And you can look kind of neutral or turn your gaze toward the sky and let the outer left knee fall open. Let's inhale left side and exhale. Come back to center. We'll do the other side. Left fingertips down, right arm up and over. Right sitting bone dropping, outer right knee dropping open. Breathing through the right side. Inhale, exhale back to center. Rest your hands in front of your shins and sit up really tall, your tallest height. Align your nose over your navel. Take a moment to find a sense of ease. And instead of a reclined on the back final meditation, let's take a seated meditation. And so if you want to cross your opposite non-habitual ankle on top, you could do that. Find a comfortable seat. Feel free to sit up on a cushion or a pillow. Relax your forehead, relax your eyebrows and your jaw. Let the stress of your day melt down through the tailbone toward the earth. Tune into the flow of your breath and imagine that your whole being is like a clear blue sky. And your thoughts are just clouds that float across the sky. So there is a sense of calm and peace. And we know that that calm and peace is always accessible when we return to the breath. And a sense of softness and ease in the joints. Imagine a lot of light and softness in your hips, in your low back. Drop your left ear toward the shoulder, stretching out that right neck. And then drop your right ear toward your right shoulder, stretching out that left neck. And then bring the crown of the head back to center. And let's take the hands together in prayer and take your thumbs to the center of your forehead and give your forehead a little press right into the thumbs. Let's uncross and take your feet on the ground. We'll do a couple windshield wipers. Just windshield wiper those knees side to side. And I can't help myself. We're just going to lay on the back for a couple moments. So go ahead and let yourself rest. If you can just do this every day, that's a great yoga practice, to just lay on your back for a little while and let your day unwind. Now, please feel free to stay on your back as long as you want to and hang out and let your attention dissolve. For those of you that are ready to end practice, you can go ahead and come on up to sit whenever you're ready. Invite compassion for exactly where you're at today. I hope you enjoyed today's practice, and I look forward to seeing you next time. I wish you joy, peace, health, strength, courage, and always trust on the journey. Namaste. Please drop me a comment. Let me know if you have any nice feedback to share or classes you want to see me do. I look forward to continuing to practice together, and I appreciate if you can like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. You could always hit that super thanks and leave a tip if you really like my teaching. Okay, keep going. Bye-bye.